I got a new movie on 4K recently.
Oh, word?
Sunset Boulevard, man.
Sunset Boulevard.
The classic.
I don't.
Have you ever seen it?
Remind me of Sunset Boulevard. What is this?
Young, black and white, young screenwriter struggling in Hollywood accidentally meets up with this aging movie star from the silent film era living in her decrepit mansion on Sunset Boulevard and kind of becomes her boy toy weird thing because he starts mooching off her and shit. You know?
I'm not your boy toy. Boy toy.
Marlena
No,
Dietrich. No, it's
not familiar.
and it has a whole bunch of like old silent stars and its guest appearances. Like, no, wow, yeah, you should see that. It's a great movie. It's a really hard boiled noiry kind of movie without the private eye tropes and all that shit. But there's the good voiceovers and it's really seedy.
I knew she was trouble the minute she walked through my door, but I couldn't take my eyes off her.
Better writing than that, at least. But yeah, you should check it out, man. It's a good one if you've never seen it. Wow, I didn't see it till later in life. That's fair,
I'll check it out.
You don't have to watch it on 4K.
Noiry in a while. Although I would be interested to see something like that in 4K.
Dude,
like something old.
Black and white movies look amazing in 4K. I just watched a movie recently that you just watched. I mean, we're recording this in September, and you and I are both kind of like September and all of October, just horror movies, and whenever we can. I watched the Lon Chaney Jr. Wolfman on 4K.
Yeah.
And while it's not widescreen, because, it was never intended for widescreen, it's just square, man, it just looks so crisp and clean. And that movie always looked good, too, right?
I'd be interested to see that, too, in 4K.
The older ones look better. Like Dracula and Frankenstein, the ones from the 30s that were a little fuzzy.
They looked like trash to begin with.
Yeah, and they did a good job restraining themselves from fixing it too much, which could have made it look weird. It's a treat to watch black and whites in 4K, man. And modern ones look crazy. Like it's almost creepy. Like a modern movie in 4K, like like especially something stylized like Sin City. But God, I'm trying to think of one. Like I'm thinking of the beginning to Pineapple Express, oddly enough, and how sharp and crisp that looked. But you know what I mean, like something shot digitally in black and white.
You mean a modern black and white film?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
There's a black and white cut of Logan. I wonder how that would look.
Oh, is there? I've never seen that. That's cool. The Mist.
Apparently, it's James Mangold's favorite version of that movie.
Okay. I know a lot of times directors have the idea of making a movie in black and white, and the studio's like, go fuck yourself. That's what Darabont wanted to do with The Mist. He wanted that to be in black and white. And on the special edition version, there was a black and white version on an extra disc, and it is better. It is much better and scarier, believe it or not. I wonder if they'll ever put that out on 4K. I gotta look for it.
I just imagine you, like many years from now, just surrounded by piles and piles of varying formats of movie watching technology. Like when 4Ks are old hat, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I just got this on Holocube or whatever."
I hope so. I hope there's still physical media, man.
The new thing is,
I keep reading these stories about how I think a Japanese media company made a disc that can hold something crazy like fucking 14 terabytes or something.
What?
Yeah, like I don't even know. I'll wait. I'll see. I'll wait. I always have this horrible vision that's like that Twilight Zone episode. I think it's Burgess Meredith.
Time enough at last.
Yeah, with the glasses, with the eyeglasses. Yeah, like
yeah.
He has all the books in the world to read and all the time, and then he breaks his fucking glasses and he can't read. And I have a fear I'm going to end up like that in some post-apocalyptic world. I'm surrounded by all my 4Ks, and I don't have a working player.
And like your TV doesn't work.
Yeah, like where I don't have a TV that works anymore or something. You know, like I can only have so many spares, man. I mean,
or you step on your glasses and there's no more glasses.
well, yeah, I mean,
you.
glasses are a fucking problem. I mean, I can always just sit like right up to the fucking screen, but like you're watching a movie on your phone in the night, like it's just on a blanket like 2 inches from your fucking face.
Yeah. Or you're like one of my kids and you feel like you have to stand 8 inches from the TV.
I think every kid's like that. I know I did. You all got that, you know. You'll ruin your eyes. Kid, fucking never made any sense. Not looking at the sun, I understand, but I never understood how getting too close to the TV was going to ruin your eyes.
I mean, like when I bought it, whether it's true or not, I was like, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, I was like, probably. I guess I should blink every once in a while. But with CTR TVs, it was different because if you looked really close, you like started to see the rainbow pixels, and
Yeah,
you were
who
looking
wants to see
inside the
that?
matrix. You know,
Yeah.
It was like cool. It was like watching static. Remember Snow? Do you remember TV Snow?
Oh yeah.
Because it doesn't exist anymore. But I remember being sad when the weird pixelation shit is what interference started to look like instead of snow static.
Oh, when everything went digital.
Yeah, yeah. You could imagine you saw things in that snow. There was like an X-Files episode about that. A kid who saw like binary code in the static. Yeah.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Well, so tell me about this. You recently rewatched The Wolfman with a new audience. Is that right?
Yeah. So I did. I got my kids to watch both The Wolfman and The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh shit. The oldest.
Yeah.
So that's The Wolfman is from 1941, and
Yep.
Creature from the Black Lagoon is from
54.
54. Yeah. 54. Different eras, but both pretty old. How'd they do with something that old? Those, I will say though, before you answer, that of the older monster movies, those two are definitely the faster paced, better paced ones. With
Yeah.
right,
They have what I call kid appeal.
okay. What's that mean? I don't
Well,
have kids.
I mean,
Tell me what the fuck that means.
Yeah. I mean, well, this all started because I just on a whim one day I had a movie night with them because the wife was out somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "You kids want to watch a movie?" And then they're starting to like pick what they want, and I'm like, "I got one. Let me tell
Leprechaun
you.
in space. No, I'm sorry.
Let me tell you about a movie called Monster Squad."
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Awesome.
And then I gave them a quick rundown.
Spread the
of
gospel.
all the monsters that were in it, and then I mentioned that like there's a group full of kids that have to like defeat the monsters, and they're like, yes, that sounds amazing. So they're watching that, which they loved, by the way. Like
That's great.
halfway through, my son looks at me when he realizes, he's like, wait, Dad, so Frankenstein makes friends with the kids, and then he's on their team to fight the monsters? And I said, yep. And then he screamed and fell over. He was so excited.
That's right. That's the
Yeah.
exact proper way to react to that entire scenario.
Yes,
That's
he was.
great.
He was ecstatic. So then, when that was done, they had their introduction on film to like the monsters, because they've been playing with my old monster toys for forever, but they never really like saw
Sure,
them
yeah.
in a movie. So I was like, "There's more of these. Do you want to watch them?" And I picked the two that I thought that they would get into the most. So yeah,
Well, you did
like,
good. I think that's excellent progression there, man. That's fantastic.
And just before they even saw the other ones, like I'm driving them to school the next day, and they're like sitting there quoting it. My son, like, just
Hopefully not all of it.
not all of it. No, well, there's a couple choice words that I have to like explain. Like, listen, I'll let you watch this movie if you don't ever say this
Wolf
stuff.
dork.
Yeah, that's not even it.
I
man.
know. I know.
So, and my daughter, God bless her, she's just like, it's really mean that they call that guy Fat Kid. That's not nice. Are they his friends? I'm
Aw.
like, yeah. I mean, that's you're absolutely right. You should never like call anybody that.
Man, wait till they watch the Goonies. It's gonna be brutal.
Oh, they've seen the Goonies.
Oh, okay.
Why-
Oh shit.
I just hear my son in the back seat of the car going, "My name is Horace."
That's wonderful. That's
It's
fantastic.
like the same thing I used to do.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Why does that line get the kids?
Like, I watch that movie every Halloween, and while it is still an incredibly awesome movie, there is nothing like being the age of the kids in the movie and watching it.
Oh yeah, it's the best.
It's just it's magic. It scared the shit out of me, but it also fascinating, and it like feeds that kid desire for adventure stories, like when they're riding their bikes to the mansion on their own. You know, like that's some Hardy Boys shit right there, man. Don't they even make a Hardy Boys joke when they're looking for the secret lever?
I think
like,
they do. Yeah.
Fucking gold, dude. And then like, yeah, there's the monster team up part, and there's and Frankenstein, and then they kill each monster one by one. It's just and there's the montages and the making the weapons and gearing up and research and scary German guy. It's so good. There's just so much. That's awesome.
Just hearing the urgency in his voice as he's trying to explain to Bree, we explained to my wife when she got home. But like, Mom, you wouldn't believe it. Dracula is gonna get the kids, but then he pulls out a piece of pizza and he burns them with garlic pizza. Like just like that whole scenario.
Great. Now let me
their
ask,
little
like,
minds.
do they know about vampires? Like, do they know the rules, basic rules, or
A little bit, yeah. They know about like sunlight and.
I figure
know,
there's like
garlic.
Halloween cartoons and shit still, right? Like
They've seen that stuff. Yeah.
okay, that's cool. Yeah, great, man. That's wild. It's such a very of its time movie is still can resonate with kids. That's encouraging.
Well, yeah, it's not like the movie. Yeah, it's
I guess we
dated.
think of it as dated, but honestly, what's really dated other than the clothes and some of the language, you know?
Well, yeah, and most of it fits right in, and like the main draw though is the monsters,
Right.
You know, and
Which are
like,
timeless.
they don't feel dated.
No, yeah. It always bothered me the Wolfman can't move his neck. It's just he's all Batmaned
Yeah.
up. He's like
That was
Michael
a
Keaton
good-looking
in Batman.
Wolfman, though.
Yeah, it was a weird looking Wolfman, right? Like,
I liked it.
yeah, I didn't dislike. He ugly. He reminds me of the shit monster from Dogma. The face, just the nose and the face. But I always thought though that the creature design was the
That was a
best thing
good-looking
about
Gill man.
that was the best monster design I think out of that movie. I mean, the Mummy looked great, but not very scary. Because he was feeble. He couldn't fucking do anything. But the creature looked awesome. He didn't get nearly enough screen time.
No, not at all.
But what are you going to do? Like, they weren't in an aquatic-based type of setting.
That was another one too. Like just from the next room, I just keep hearing my daughter go, "Creature stole my Twinkie."
Oh, that's epic. That's fucking amazing, dude. Is she a version?
Yeah, they didn't pick that one up. They're too little.
Yeah. No, I remember when I didn't understand what any of that meant. Yeah. That's fucking great. Dude, you know, it's funny. That makes me realize, other than the Monster Squad, have they ever tried to remake or reboot The Creature?
No,
Right? Like,
not to my knowledge. There
they
was
have
like talk
beat
of it.
every other Universal monster to fucking death. The Mummy, Dracula, Frank, all of them. And definitely the Wolfman now. And no, there's never been a creature from the Black Lagoon other than the original. They made sequels. There were 2. Terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awful.
What, Revenge of the Creature?
And the creature walks among us.
among us.
Wearing like fucking pants.
Yeah, he's basically Frankenstein's monster with the Gill man head stuck on him. He just lumbers around and then walks off into the ocean and dies.
Yeah.
But no, they
in
never.
any case, well, yeah, they never remade it, but they did make the original, which is awesome. So when Monster Squad was over, I was like, "Do you guys want to watch more of these?" And they're like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Just fair warning, they're old.
Okay.
They're black and white. but I think you'll like them. And I put on Creature that was the first one I put on because it was one of the first ones I saw. And I just remember thinking, like, you get to see a lot of the monster.
Yeah,
It's
that's
very
true.
clearly a monster.
Eventually,
you
yeah.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very clear. Well, like, even just the movie starts right off with something happening.
You
when
see it
attacks the
underwater.
camp.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't see
yeah,
it
you
in
don't
the
see the
opening
whole
scene.
thing. Yeah. That was the best
But, like,
part about it was the gradual
You see
reveal,
the
the
hand
hands.
come out.
When he goes after the guys in the tent in the beginning, that always scared the shit out of me as
That's
a kid.
scary.
The noises. It was the sound editing was excellent.
Yeah.
That fucking growl he made and shit.
It sounds like a pig squeal almost.
Yeah, nothing ever really sounded like that, And that's weird because Universal used to copy sound effects and music constantly, and I never heard that used anywhere else. Yeah, that movie is very unique.
I loved it, and I knew that would be the one to get them. And right from the jump, they're like, "Yeah, I want to see more. This looks great," and they were just in it the whole time. And they're asking a zillion questions.
Awesome.
God,
that's what I was like. Oh, my
to
poor
the point
father.
to the point where I'm like, I don't know how to answer all these questions.
Did they
watch,
ask you
man.
why it was in black and white, or why black and white is a thing?
A little bit,
Okay.
I was just like, it's really old. They didn't know how to make color movies back then, and
That's
seemed
kind of it. Yeah, that's essentially it.
Yeah, they didn't. They seem to accept that, but they're like, why is that creature there? Why do they call it the Black Lagoon? Why are they there?
Kids.
It's like, just
Because they don't know what a fossil is or what archaeologists do or why. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
Man.
but there was enough creature on the screen that they were just like
Sure.
the whole time. They're like, oh my God, it's gonna get him.
Well, it does do the tension really good, and that scene where he's swimming underneath the woman and like mirroring
that
her,
scene.
and man,
That
for a
scene's
movie
remarkable.
that's that old, the footage they got underwater, you know how they did that? That poor fucker in that suit, he had no air. He was just holding his breath through every shot that they filmed of him in that suit, and then would go off to an air tank and then do another take. And that's why it looks so good, because there's no tank. The suit is so form-fitting. Like, it looks great. It still looks great. He's got air bubbles, which he wouldn't have if he actually breathed with gills. But, like, I bought it as a kid for a long time. And, I mean, there's not much to the story once they get to the Black Lagoon. It's a fairly by-the-numbers monster wants to steal the damsel type of flick, right? But the poison thing always stood out to me.
What do they call that stuff?
Rotenol. Yeah. They drop the little bags and then they fit that air gun with it and shit. Like, that's the cool shit, man. The monster specific weapons that they just had to invent because they invented the monster, And the asshole diver. The one asshole diver,
yeah.
and the other one whose name was David, which I always remembered because he was my
Remember
boy.
you told me that.
Yeah. I used to have these little like I don't know, they were like army men, but they were all different things. And there was a set where there were 2 scuba divers, and I absolutely found a little monster, and I used to play fucking Creature from the Black Lagoon all the time.
That's
and
awesome.
and one of the divers, he even had like a little spear gun in his hand. Oh, dude.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. And he was the one who always got killed. He got his head crushed. Creature would just crush your fucking head in his gill paws, man.
Yeah, he just like squash your face with like 2 catcher's mitts.
The one guy survives, and he's like in a bunk the rest of the movie with
They
his
have his
face all
whole head
wrapped up.
bandaged
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, he's probably got a broken jaw. He can't talk and shit. And they're just like, just stick him on the boat, whack him up with morphine till we can get back.
It tries to get him again. It like reaches in and tries to grab his face.
Through the porthole, right? And like plays with his dong. Oh, man, that's a different movie. Okay. I can't believe they. Well, so you watched Creature first and then Wolfman?
Yeah, a few nights later we watched The Wolf.
How'd they do with that? That's old.
That was a little bit tougher because
Okay. Yeah.
my daughter stuck with it.
Okay.
My son like eventually pieced out. Was like, I want to go do something else.
I can
It's
see.
like, I
Yeah,
can
he's
understand
younger.
that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of setup.
A lot of talking. Yeah.
But yeah, then once the Wolfman finally comes around, and they're like, they're again like a zillion questions, like, is that the Wolfman? No. Is that the Wolfman? No, no. No one's the Wolfman yet. Is that the Wolfman? And then finally, I'm like, that's the Wolfman, but he's not like a man wolf. He's like a wolf. He's a werewolf. Bella Lugosi.
No,
Yeah. So
that's one of the things about that movie that never quite made any sense, too. So it's a little hard to understand. Like, why is he a dog-type looking wolf and Lon Chaney is a man wolf?
Well, I mean, I get
you could
it.
explain
I
it
think,
away.
Like,
but
I think, like, you start out as a wolf man, and if you,
right.
like, eventually you just turn into, like, a full-on wolf.
Yeah, and later movies have done this, and like Wolf.
Like Wolf.
Right.
Yeah.
Which we argued, and I think successfully, that it's actually a real remake of The Wolfman without actually calling itself that. And
yeah, I liked it.
there was one asshole commenter on YouTube who disagreed, and fuck you, bro.
I forgot about that. Yeah. I mean, hey, everyone's got their opinion. That's fine.
Yeah, just like assholes, right?
In any case, yeah, my daughter stuck with it, and then at the end, I was like, "What'd you think? Thumbs up or thumbs down?" And she puts 2 thumbs down.
What?
And I was like, "Really?" She's like, "I didn't like it." And I was like, "What's the problem? Was it too scary, or was it boring?" My wife was like, "Yeah, was it too boring?" Because she's not a fan of that movie or any of the old ones. And then my daughter goes, "No, it's because Larry died at the end."
She didn't like the downer ending. I get it.
She was genuinely sad. I mean, because it is sad. His pops beats him to death.
It is, and they do nothing to make you dislike Larry through the entire movie. He's the most likable hero in the whole.
He's a little creepy in the beginning.
Hey man, it was the 30s. You were allowed to look at women through telescopes. Okay,
it's just what you did.
If you had a telescope, you were allowed. And he apologized, too. It was very modern of him.
It was a massive
It
telescope.
was ridiculous. And the angle, impossible.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
No sense. That's great, man. Well, there's so many more that you could show them, too, if you wanted to. And the plots for the other ones are so ridiculous and easy to just zone out and follow, like House of Frankenstein and shit.
Well, they saw the thumbnail for Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman.
Oh, there you go.
And they're like, can we watch that one? I was like, yeah, eventually. Like, maybe let's start with Frankenstein. Although, I have a feeling Frankenstein might be a little rough.
Frankenstein gets boring for me. I don't know. That's gonna be a tough one.
I like Frankenstein. The thing I'm worried about, it's not so much that it's boring. I think they'll be into like them bringing the monster to life. I think they'll be very upset by the scene with the little girl.
Yeah.
Because my kids, they're both like total empaths. If someone's having a bad time on screen, they're having a bad time too. Yeah. They just, when someone's in peril, they're just like, no, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I was like, it's okay. It's a movie. It's a movie. So the little girl scene is gonna freak them out, and then it's also gonna freak them out when he's like losing his shit at the fire. At the very end.
Gonna make them look at Phoebe and Frankenstein a little differently next time they watch Monster Squad.
Which, by the way, the other thing they keep doing, like my daughter keeps going, she'll just grab me and go, bogus.
Yes.
And my son is just sitting there saying to himself, get out of here, Phoebe the Phoebe.
Jesus, have your sisters heard about all this? They must be over the fucking moon.
I called him the next day. I'm like, guys, my kids have something to tell you.
That's great. That's great. So what's next, you think? You're going to try Frankenstein?
I don't know. I might skip right to Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman.
Yeah, might as well. Because Bride of Frankenstein would be a slog, too.
Yeah, and then the other thing, too, is like Dracula and the Mummy. Like, cool. you don't ever see... I quite like the Mummy a lot.
I didn't as a kid, though.
As a kid,
yeah, I hated it. Yeah, like where's the fucking mummy?
Yeah, you don't see the Mummy. Like the Mummy in the very beginning looks incredible.
Well, like
but that's like the only time you see it.
The mummy that is like the stereotypical mummy monster that you always see was in all the shitty sequels. which Lon Chaney Jr. played in several of them, actually, under tons of makeup. But that's where you get the like the one arm out, like lurching, fucking strangling dudes and shit. None of that was in the original. The original was actually a very different kind of monster movie. Like that was a pretty high concept idea that just totally got abandoned, you know?
When he's looking in his little magic swimming pool and he crushes that guy's heart, you know, that part's awesome.
Like they resurrected some of the ideas for the Brendan Fraser remake, or if you want to call it that. Just the the very basic idea, the setup. But man, yeah, that one is really slow and very. I mean, anything from the 30s, it's just a whole different idea of filmmaking, like it's just like the Werewolf of London is the same way. I mean, that's a really cool movie that I really like, but it is slow.
Well, I mean,
and the acting is very weird.
It's basically a play on screen.
Yeah, and the audio is terrible, and all the women talk the same way, and they have that weird, what was it, the Mid-Atlantic accent that they affected that isn't real, and all the guys have that half-ass British thing that they're doing that's not quite British. And that's why I think I like The Wolfman so much, because the acting was so much more modern than the older ones, even just the ones from 10 years before,
Well, I have a question.
Sure. Cool.
Where does The Wolfman take place?
Somewhere in Europe.
Okay.
England. Somewhere in England. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you have Claude Rains.
Yeah,
Claude Rains has like this great actor's voice, and he does that thing where he's like, "Oh, Larry, you're back from America, America," where he like you roll the R's occasionally.
Do I believe a man can transform into a wolf? No, it's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
I fucking love him in that movie, dude. And he's
great.
so short, and Lon Chaney Jr. is so tall. But Claude Rains has just as much presence every time they're on screen together. It's amazing.
Everyone else in that movie, it sounds like they're from like Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Lon Chaney.
Ralph Bellamy, the game warden guy. Yeah.
The game warden guy, the inspector guy, the doctor, the lady.
Take a note, Twiddle.
Yeah. And the only ones that have like an authentic accent are the gypsies, the fortune tellers. Yeah.
Like the only way you can explain away Larry, at least, is the way they did it in the Benicio del Toro remake.
Yeah. Oh, you spent your years in America.
Exactly, yeah. And yeah, I don't know. You got to let some things go, man. I guess for the times, just let it go. It doesn't make any. But you know what? If any of those movies don't need to take place in a particular time and place, it's that one. Because you got a whole bunch of shit mixed together too. Like you got cars, like fairly modern for the 40s, automobiles driving around, but there's also like unpaved roads and horses and buggies and an ancient village and telescopes. Like I think it kind of exists in this industrial revolution meets old world, just fantasy world. I'm okay with it. And it's at the beginning of the World War II. So they couldn't really, I mean, at the beginning for us, for America, quite well into it for the rest of Europe. So it was, I think that might have been part of why they didn't put it in a particular place, a real place maybe.
Right.
I don't know, man. I started wondering about all that shit at some point. I watched that one a lot. That Wolfman, a lot. Shit. So here's a question. If they ever do, for whatever reason they haven't, get around to making a new creature, would you be into it? And would you like it to be pretty much just a redo of that same story? Or do you think it could be done better?
I think like just a redo of that story. Because if you think about, I love that movie. I love the setup, and if you think about trying to bring that same setup into the modern age, like we have the creature wouldn't stand a chance.
Oh yeah. Well,
The creature
yeah.
would
You'd
be
have to do
toast.
some weird plot shit to have the.
They'd find him. They'd find him immediately. They'd be like too well equipped. You know. I just don't think it would translate well out of the period that it's set in. But I think like if you were to do like a straight remake set in that same like time, I think it could be really good.
You could even put it in like the 70s. You know,
Yeah, and I
pretty
think
much
the only
any
way to
pre-cell phone era might work.
right, yeah, the only way to truly like isolate them, I think would be to keep it like kind of far enough back where like you couldn't just fix it with technology, or you'd have to be like in a total like shipwreck scenario where like everything's busted
That or
and you
make
have nothing.
the cast really unprepared for what they're going to run into. You know,
Right.
because I mean, you know, 1954, there were some pretty powerful small arms in 1954, but they just don't have them on the ship in the original. You're right.
Yeah,
There's
they have
there's a
like
rifle, like a
Winchesters.
bolt action rifle, I think, but they don't want to kill the creature because they want to take it back as a specimen. So that's like the whole thing. But yeah, it would just the whole idea of finding a hidden lagoon that no one else has found on the Amazon just plays better in a decade from the past. I would see it. I would really the creature design would be really interesting. Like I'd really love
Yeah.
to see what man, I'd love it if Baker could like get in on it somehow. If Rick Baker could have a say at least. God, the creature design for Monster Squad is just so fucking good.
Yeah, everything looks amazing. I mean, the only thing I don't like is my least favorite character design in that movie is Frankenstein.
How come?
I don't know. I just don't like the way he looks. And I think it's because, and it might have, it's not that it's bad. I think the original Frankenstein look is like so burned in my brain that to change anything about it, I'm like, nah, that's not Frankenstein. And I know
It's
that they
fun.
understand they couldn't do it too close to the original.
Yeah, because of copyright stuff. Yeah, that's interesting you say that though, because I was watching a documentary. I think it was actually on the Wolfman disc about the makeup process that they used to go through. Hold on for a second. I got to look this dude up. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Yeah, there it is. I can't believe I lost his name. Jack Pierce was the guy who developed all those original
Pierce.
Universal monster looks. And he's famous because he was doing this shit before appliances were available. He built up these shapes on the actors' faces with layers and layers of makeup. And it was a horrible, horrible thing for the actors. But he got stuff on screen that nobody thought was possible and wondered how the fuck it was done. And part of that, I think, the Frankenstein look with that squared off head and just the whole idea of it, it never, if you look at all those old movies, it never even worked on anyone but Karloff. And even Karloff, it looks best in the original. Even by Bride of Frankenstein, he was older and heavier. Like, and the explanation I got for it was he was literally a starving actor when he did the first movie, and
Yeah,
he
he's
was
so gaunt.
totally gone. He took out a whole section of bridge work on the right side of his face so that his cheek would be sunken in. Like that's real. And in later movies, his face just wasn't shaped the same way, and the makeup didn't look exactly right. And then when you see it on other people, like Bela Lugosi and Lon Chaney and Glenn Strange later, like they have completely differently shaped faces, and it just doesn't. The design just doesn't play quite right. You know, I don't know if anyone will ever look as good as the original. And there's all kinds of different interpretations, and the illustrations that were with early printings of the book they've never really done a Frankenstein monster that looks like that yet. But wait, we have like 2 coming out, right? Soon we have the
Yeah,
Benicio,
there's
go ahead. You,
the Guillermo del
Guillermo,
Toro Frankenstein.
right. And the one that Christian Bale's in, I think it's called The Bride. Is that Maggie Gyllenhaal, maybe?
Yep. And there's the Robert Eggers Wolfman
Right. And
werewolf.
there's a Dracula that came out, some kind of Dracula story that just came out.
Yeah, it's Dracula, a love story. That's
Yeah.
Luc Besson.
Yeah, I got to see all these just to judge them. The werewolf one looks fucking crazy, man. That shit you told me today about how it's going to be 12th century English.
Yeah, they're filming it now.
That's fucking Chaucer era shit, man. They're gonna need subtitles. Like,
Yeah.
that's like one step up from fucking Beowulf and all fucking consonants and shit. Man, that's gonna
I
be
had
rough.
to watch The Witch with
Yes.
subtitles. I couldn't understand anybody.
I like that one though. I like listening to that. I can understand most of it. That guy's voice is so fucking deep. That's part of the problem.
Yeah, that guy's got he's like just a straight up bass.
It's incredible. It's otherworldly sometimes. And then there's all the shouting. Every one of his movies has to have someone laying in bed delivering a pained, impassioned monologue under great stress. We'll see if he continues that one. I'm interested in the werewolf one because of the setting.
Me too.
Because of the setting. I've seen werewolf movies brush up against this idea, right? But most of the time they didn't have enough of a budget to do it right. Or, enough talent behind the camera, I don't think either. Like, this is a terrible example, but the third Ginger Snaps movie. I know, it sounds terrible. It's called Ginger Snaps Back, right? But they were out of ideas, so they made like kind of a prequel, and the whole thing is set in a fort built by early settlers in the Americas, like pre-colonial times. I don't think they actually give it a year. But I'll tell you what, it was a good idea. And you can make a werewolf a lot scarier in a place where there's no light at night, except like a torch.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you film it right and the darkness becomes part of the monster.
We talked about this one other time. And like you point to I pointed to another Robert Eggers movie, The Northman, when he goes raids the one town at night, or like he goes to make his assault on that guy's like camp, and there's just bonfires.
Yeah.
And like it's terrifying because he's just coming in and out of the shadows and just slaughtering these guys one by one, and you can't see past like just the little radius of whatever torch you're carrying, which is like a couple feet, if that.
It sounds funny, but I think there's so many people who live in urban and suburban areas. They don't realize how far removed from real darkness they are. Like when you're out in the country, it gets fucking dark on a moonless night, man.
Yeah.
Like it's you get it. You get it right away, man. Yeah, your hand in front of your face sometimes, and God forbid it's a little foggy. Holy shit. Fog on the plains is terrifying. And yeah, there's so many things to play with, man. Did you ever see a movie called The Cursed?
I did.
You did? Oh, with the metal teeth?
Yeah.
And Kelly Riley from Yellowstone?
Yep, I've seen it.
That was an interesting period movie. That was the thing about that was it was like a quasi werewolf movie, because it wasn't like technically what we think of as a werewolf, the rules and shit. But that was close.
A bit different.
Time, like, but still, that was like the 1700s. It's not going back that far, 12th century is going to be interesting. I'm into it. All
Me
all
too.
that shit. Most of these rules is from the Wolfman, right? Like this,
Yeah, that like set all the silver and the full
Yeah.
moon and all that.
the screenwriter made all that, put all that shit together from all different places, and made what we think of as the rule set. It's funny
Which
though,
is like
man.
written in stone at this point.
And like every culture in the old world has a version of a werewolf, you know, in Eastern, Western, even Native American lore. There's shapeshifters and skinwalkers and wendigos and versions of what you would think of as a werewolf. It's interesting that every culture had this idea. I'm not saying I believe in it, but when I was a kid, it was a seductive idea. You know, did you watch the X-Files as a kid?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do you remember the werewolf episode from the first season?
Uh yeah, maybe
That
if you talked about
There
it.
was something very specific about it because I had never seen it before that blew my mind. But that one, I remember that being one of the first like werewolf things that really got me. That American Werewolf in London and Thriller, the Thriller music video, right? But the X-Files episode had the transformation scene. It was the idea that the person's skin ripped and fell off, and
Oh God.
the werewolf was under it. And like there's this scene where the guy holds his arm up and the skin splits wide open on his arm and it's all fur underneath. And it's fucking, I had never thought of that before. I was little, man. What was it, 94 that came out? That fucking tripped me out, dude. Nightmares, but I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Did you ever see The Howling?
Oh yeah, I've
Speaking
seen
of
a Howling.
Yeah, I'm about to go down that road. All the werewolf movies before Halloween. I have American Werewolf in London on 4K that I haven't watched yet, so I'm looking forward to that. Do you like that one?
American Werewolf in London? Yeah, it's great.
Landis, that sick fuck.
That transformation's amazing.
It'll never
And-
be quite equaled, I don't think.
No, I mean, and they could. You absolutely could do it. It's just nobody wants to go to the trouble to do it practically.
Yeah, that and just the tone of it too, and setting it to the music the way it was, and I don't know, and it just hit right. It just hit right. It was so disappointing. I remember the pure disappointment when I went to the theater to see An American Werewolf in Paris. Because
The movie's garbage.
oh, it's such hot garbage. Because I love the original so much, and I was like, at least it has to be vaguely similar, right? Holy shit. God, that movie is ass. Poor that fucking guy. It killed that guy's career. The dude
That
from
actor?
The Wonders. Yeah.
Yeah,
From That Thing
he did,
You
like,
Do.
nothing else.
It's understandable, man. That was, God, what a shit shingle. There's been so many werewolf movies in our lifetime that have been so mediocre to bad. And not even like the low rent stuff. Like if you really look at it, like the Underworld movies, they suck, to be honest. Like it's, they're all right, but it's comic book fare. I don't know. Can they make they've tried. I don't know if they can make a serious werewolf movie. That's the thing too. The Creature movie, if they made a remake, it should be like dead serious, right? Like the Creature should
Yeah,
be
dead
scary,
serious.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And Eggers is gonna have he won't. Yeah. It'll be scary. It'll be fucking scary. I'm psyched about the Creature design though. I wonder if they'll try something new or if they'll try something classic. Because the new Wolfman design was fucking terrible.
I think
Terrible.
if I had to guess, I think they'll do something classic, but not like classic Wolfman. I think it'll be like big wolf creature.
Look,
Maybe not quite like dog soldiers, but like just more like a wolf than
more
a
like
man,
Howling
but like,
style. Yeah.
but like huge.
I freely admit that there's a lot of things to hate about the Benicio del Toro Wolfman, but the werewolf design is not one of them. I really like that Wolfman.
when it was like real and not like a
Yeah.
PowerPoint wolf.
Yeah, when it wasn't like running on all fours as a CG creation, when it was Baker's makeup, it looked great. It looked with all the blood that they used and just I don't know, man. It looked really good to me. Like I think that might be the reason I've rewatched that movie so many times. Is just because the creature looks so good. And I would love to have seen the original transformation. I really would have. Did you
It's a shame that they didn't use that.
it sucks, man. I sent you that video not long ago about the same thing that happened on the set of The Thing, the prequel, and that was heartbreaking to hear those guys talk about how they perfunctorily filmed the practical effect sequences, and it was like they could tell that they were never going to use it because of how little attention they were paying to everything. That must just kill you, dude, because that's a lot of work. You know, that's a lot of artistic creation and work and practical work. And that movie was such ass. Those creature effects, those digital effects were so fucking terrible. Ugh. You going to watch that leading up to Halloween? The OG thing?
Oh, absolutely. But that's when I have to watch that by myself. Nobody else in this house likes that movie.
Nobody? Oh, man. You should come over. We'll do it up in 4K and we'll drink J&B Scotch. Sure do.
Oh, yeah.
Looks great.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can find an old computer to pour scotch into and it beats us at chess.
Fucking A. That's right. It's got to be shitty J&B Scotch. And we'll fill one bottle with gasoline. And whoever gets that one is a monster.
We'll just sit outside in the cold for a while.
Well,
see what happens.
Is there any food thing tied up to the thing? No, I guess not. It's pretty gross. There's no food. Smoke big baseball joints like what's his name? Windows. David King.
Yeah.
Now I want to watch it. Fuck. You know what? I would love. My wife and I were talking about this, doing a mini, not even film festival, but just like arranged content festival. Like, there's The Thing, and then there's the Antarctica. It's not Antarctica. I think it's the North Pole. But the episode of the X-Files when they're stuck in the and the thing in the neck and that's so good. And like a bunch of like, see if we could come up with like 3 things that are that same feel. Yeah. What else would go with that? What else would go with those two?
A movie I hate.
What?
30 Days of Night.
Yeah, it would. It does fit. It does fit.
I'd watch it.
I wouldn't
watch
make
it.
you do that. I don't need to see that one again.
Duck.
Doc. I'm gonna play a record with my fingernail through my mouth.